What's goody fam? It's your favorite Cuzzos D.
And your boy DJ G.
And you are not vibing with
this Drinks on Me podcast, baby.
That's right, pull up niggas,
what
pull up. Yo, tonight I figured we would talk about another taboo topic amongst us black men. And that is, where do black men go to actually vent emotional shit?
Oh man, you know what, bruh? This topic right here, man, it could go deep because when I was thinking about some stuff when we was coming up with this subject, I was like, man, really, in all honesty, we don't really vent until like we hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I mean, it's got to even be a build up in that. Like, it ain't just like that first cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, we take some cuts and then, you know what I'm saying, really start venting what's out. Like, remember last time, in one of our episodes when we was talking about Pop, and I was saying how, Pop was really, he was always strong-headed and, you know how they need crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when something hurt him, that was the time, man, where he just let it all come out, everything, like it was all on the table. But you didn't get that prior, and like you could tell that certain things was hurting him, but it'd have to get to a certain level of hurt before, he actually started venting. And then I look down at us, and I'm like, man, really, it's the same way. Like, you don't just vent off that first little hit. Being angry and venting is two different things.
That's true.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, we can go 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I'm saying? But that's still not venting. That's just me going red. I'm angry as hell. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really getting that out. And then venting ain't always... I don't think it's always problematic either. Like, I think, like me and you as brothers, we doing a podcast, we got all this other stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Even that's a way of venting in a way too. Kind of like the business aspect of it, because we constantly coming up with new ideas, new concepts, you know what I'm saying? And we venting to that, even in our different subjects that we have and different topics that we have on our podcast. This is a way of us to vent too, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to venting than just what people may think. Like, oh man, it's just me getting some shit off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's even a total balance to that too. I mean, what you think?
I agree with everything that you're saying. Venting, it's layered. It's like an onion. It got layers to it. Right. And for the most part, you're right. I can only speak for me and my family. As far as the men in our family, yeah, we do only tend to vent when we right at the point of breaking.
Right.
And that's not necessarily a healthy thing.
Right. Right.
Not
exactly.
A good thing, but it is honest. It's just facts, because I guess it's just, even, I won't say it was told to me as a child, coming up, like to hold it in till you about to break. It wasn't something that was said
right
out loud. It was more so of you watched and learned.
Right, exactly.
So I can't honestly say it was taught to me per se. It was something that just growing up, I noticed, and then I adapted and took on as I got older, because It was almost like the men in my family, we didn't really have time to vent. And to that point, like, it was so much other shit going on that we felt we had to take care of as men of the house, that the venting part always got put on the back burner. The releasing of that energy, that stress always just we just put it on our shoulders, you know, because we had to keep
Right.
going with it. That's not healthy either. As I got older, it took me getting older to realize that that's not a healthy thing to do. And if
Right.
well, I definitely would teach it to my daughter, but if I am blessed enough to have a son, I definitely let him know, don't wait till you about to blow the fuck up to get it out. Because now I just get it out, or I find a way to like just go out there and swing at the air like Trey, or you know, take a
Right.
walk,
Right.
curse somebody out. Like I know holding that in, what it did, as crazy as it sounds, not venting kind of made me create different type of personas in my mind. So when it comes down to situations, I'm able to, was it I forgot the word, like compartmentalize it,
Compartmentalized. Yeah.
or
Uh-huh.
what they call it.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm able to put that shit off in sections. It's like when I get to that point, even before I get to that point, now I'm able to go somewhere and walk, and within the midst of me walking, which is kind of like walking meditation, I can sit there and it's like I sit down at a round table, and it'd be
Mhm.
me and these different factions that I've created over the years that help me actually work through what's stressing me out logically. And then by the time I'm done walking, hell, we didn't had a full-fledged business discussion. All right, nigga, is it
Right.
really worth going back in
Exactly.
here and taking it to the boom, or can
Right.
you get it out now, go back in there and talk about it? And that's not necessarily a healthy thing. Cause that, you know, that shit develops if you take it too far, that shit have two split personalities out here. You have one motherfucker chilling. You have some Mr. Brooks shit going on out there.
Right.
One nigga
Exactly.
chilling, and then one nigga just waking up
Look,
with
that's the
blood on him,
move.
like, God damn, what did I do last night? You know what I'm saying? I was
Right.
wilding the fuck out. Yo, what's the hide and seek? Like hide and seek you with Robert De Niro. You ever been that motherfucker? He caught his
Yeah.
wife cheating on the staircase. This motherfucker turned two different motherfuckers. He said, what was going on? That nigga was like, man, I ain't do it. It
You
wasn't
know.
me.
You know what, bro? I think just going off of what you said. Um, so the concept of winning, right, for a man, I think that the part of the problem too is that we're more logical than emotional most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they say that, right? You know how they always make the comparison: women are more emotional than logical. We more logical than emotions, right? Like it goes back to needing that balance of them both. But we so logical, like even you said when you in your head and you walking, you having a business meeting because you're trying to find the logic in all of it. You ain't really looking for the emotion, right? So I think like for us, the emotion got to like we got to get to that point where it just smack our ass like dead in the damn face, and then we have to face it. I think most men want to be lions, you know what I'm saying, and we don't want to like. It goes back, I guess, into that like too macho, you know what I'm saying,
Masculinity. Let's
too
be.
right, too alpha. You know what I'm saying? That we can't come off of that sometimes, but we need to. You know, like you ever seen like when you see lions, even in the movies, right? They always by themselves, and if two male lions come together, they fighting over territory. That's all you ever see. You'll never see just two lions come together, they getting along and chopping up the shit, right? Okay, you don't even see two lions like that going after something together, right? They fighting each other for that. But you do see the lionesses, they come together and hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like they come together with this shit. It's the same kind of concept in the male and the female, right? Like the male us, we tend to not be able to come together like that to vent out shit. Because it's more of the logical thing or power or something is playing a part in there, greed or pride. Pride, really. You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna go
saying?
with pride for 500, Alex.
Yeah. Pride definitely is there in that concept of not being able to vent properly. You know,
Well, that's
so
a. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, it's kind of like you suffocating yourself, right? If you in your house, you close all your vents, right? but you expected for your house to cool off because you didn't set a temperature in your house and it's hot as hell, right? Then most of the time, if all them vents closed, your house ain't gonna get the proper, airflow that it needs in order for it to cool down.
You ain't gotta tell me, nigga. Went through that shit about a month ago, and it was like, no,
Right.
sir.
Exactly. Which makes you miserable, hot, pissed off. All the things that's how we use our bodies. Men, we just like that. We close all the vents off, but we want to cool down. And something got to get us to the point that stresses us enough to where we say, fuck, these vents got to open up. Cause I'm tired of fucking sweating. I'm tired of this heat. I'm tired of this shit. I need to cool down.
I think that's when I like the lion analogy. As I got older, I connect more with wolves. I never really connected with lions anyway. I always been a wolf kid.
Right.
That's right, nigga. Mowgli. But anyway, that's why my favorite girl is Mowgli, but a girl. Mogia. Anyway, I think that's how can I put it? Where you're raised, I guess, your geographic and where you're raised.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Sometimes it forces that pride or not wanting to show that vulnerability or weakness because depending on where you were at, like your
Right.
neighborhood, a sign of weakness made you food. You know what I'm
Yeah, oh,
saying?
yeah, it made you dinner, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? You was food. Like in
Yeah.
certain areas, most in big cities that, are known for fucking folks up.
Right.
I always can use my city. Chicago is
Right.
known, nigga. If you weak, you show weakness. Yeah, you could be walking down the block, nigga. If a
Yeah.
nigga like, yo, what up? And you look weak, 9 times out of 10, they about to stomp your ass out for no reason. Like they needed no reason to stomp you out. You know what I'm saying? They just did it off of, oh man, this nigga food. Or if you a tourist, if you ever been to Chicago, you listen to this and you done got robbed and because you ain't know the signs.
Right.
You going that bitch all happy, hey, how you doing?
Right.
And the motherfucker
Right.
hit that arm around your ass and spin you. Be like, yo, let me holler at you. By the time you get around, wait, it's another
Exactly.
motherfucker who sneak you.
Exactly.
Wow, bam, and your ass wake up, no wallet, no watch, you with a black eye. You was fooled. And it wasn't because you're a bad person or anything like that. It's just that they looked at you and saw weakness. And oh, this nigga,
man.
I'm about to get this nigga. And because of that aspect of it, growing up in that kind of environment, it forced you, even when you wanted to be weak or vulnerable at moments, you couldn't, right? So that taught you in your subconscious to hide your vulnerability, tuck that shit
Right.
in because you can't expose that because people would take advantage of that. And as you got older, you might have got into relationships and you opened yourself up. And this go for male and females, but we're talking about males right now. So a male might have opened up
Right.
and got played. You know what I'm saying? Got dogged the fuck out. So now again, I gotta tuck that weakness, that vulnerability in, and just be this masculine alpha dog wolf in this bitch
Right.
because I ain't getting got again. So
Right.
even when I need the vent, it's like, man, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna go out and do some stupid shit that I consider manly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Right. Right.
it's better than me talking it out and trying to because I can't trust. It all boils down to pride, trust,
Yeah. Go back to pride.
and understanding that you need, as men, you need to tap into that you can say feminine side in you because there is a yin and a yang. There is that masculine and that feminine side in everyone. That's why they have a yin yang sign. And two yings and two yangs ain't gonna never work out. So put it like that, but you can't always be yin. You can't always be aggressive and not tap into the feminine side of you as a male. And you got to understand what I mean by that. Don't take it out of context. Tap into the feminine side of you, meaning it's okay to be emotional,
Yeah.
open up, and feel that. You don't have to hold in that pain, and because that doesn't make you more of a man because you think that you're working through that pain and getting shit done. Because you can get shit done and still be fucked up and not even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You can't even enjoy the spoils of your work because you fucked up from shit that happened years ago that you never got off your chest. That's why therapists exist.
Right.
That's why
Right.
therapy exists. That's why all these shits exist because niggas ain't talked
Right.
about nothing, and they just held it in forever. And then you find out, well, damn, this is why I'm like this in this relationship because my father was like that. And come to find out, his father was like that. Hell, if you watch a good ass show that's on Hulu, science fiction. Why is that slipping my mind? Lovecraft. It's I
Mm-hmm.
think it's called Lovecraft. They just had an
Mm-hmm.
episode. Now the man's father is a male who liked males, and he just found that out a couple of episodes ago. But all while he was a kid, his dad would beat the shit out of him
Mm-hmm.
because so he wouldn't like men. He but
Mm-hmm.
you like you ain't gonna be you ain't gonna like man. You gonna be a man in this house, and we raised men in this house, right? So he's beating that boy ass his whole life.
Right.
And then when he got older, come to find out his father like man. So he like thinking you was whooping my ass
Right.
this whole
No,
time,
you
and
want.
you
Right.
like niggas, and you
Right.
beat my ass because you don't want me to like niggas. And then come to find out, they just had an episode when they went back to Tulsa, which they did a phenomenal job, like bringing a vision to what happened on Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They did a
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal job. If you don't watch Lovecraft, you can watch it. It's a
Shout out. Shout out to Lovecraft, man.
yeah, watch it. But they did a phenomenal job. But what they did was they went back in time and then Tick, which is the main character, saw that his father, who was beating his ass,
Mm-hmm.
was getting his ass beat as a kid by his
Mm-hmm.
father for the same reasons. So
Right.
like these generational curses that just go down and down and down and down and down and never gets talked about.
See, that's
So
why I was saying, man, this shit is so deep. It can go so deep. Like, man, I got a story, right? So, Chaos. You know Chaos. Big Red on the block. You know, that was the set leader. You know what I'm saying? The Stones over there, right? So, when we first moved over on Harper, you know, Chaos didn't like my ass. He used to give me hell when we first moved. I mean, everything we did, we played baseball. The nigga tried to throw the ball at me real hard. It was all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I don't know if it was like if I was a threat or what. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't get along at first. So I had to press in on, well, you know, man, hey, I ain't about to let you do me. I couldn't, like you said, it became a pride issue between me and him, you know. But then I started going over to his house. You know, we started chopping it up more, started learning, you know, more about each other, right? So, long story short, I'm sitting outside of, well, I was actually at the time I was dating, like his brother, you know, Alex, his brother
yeah,
Alex.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
about
his girlfriend's sister, right? Okay, so I'm dating her at the time, all right, and it kind of started something with the rest of the folks there because they wanted they was hunting me, right? I didn't even know. So then this other chick moves in on the block. You know, she was at the end on the corner. I'm
yeah,
sitting
sneak.
outside her house, right? These dudes pull up. Man, this guy sticks his shotgun up out the window, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what's up? Chaos pulls up right then behind him. Get out the car, come around the side, and he say a couple of words. Them niggas put their gun up and drove off. Then he came over there to me, and he was like, D man, I ain't gonna ever have you out here like that. Period. And it was no discuss. That was his words. I ain't gonna ever have you out here like that. And I'm sitting up there thinking like, damn, I didn't know I was out here like that. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of had this brotherhood that started from that, right? Then now Chaos is a pastor. He writing books and shit. He ain't even on the set no more, but he writing about the set. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done took a whole nother turn now. Then
Chaos
where,
write books.
yeah, Chaos got books, man. He got books and everything. I love to have that nigga on here. But he got books. He a big time, like, Christian and everything now. Where you know he was 100 in the streets.
Yeah, I know.
And now he 100 for God. You know, so it's like he put down all that pride and all that shit, and now he got the balance. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Chaos was an alpha. You know, and
I know that
he's
nigga
still
used to
an
ride
alpha.
around at 6 in the fucking morning, every
Yeah,
morning,
every
with that
morning.
loud ass music while I'm trying to
Mhm.
sleep. Nigga just beating down the block. I was like, oh shit, it must be chaos. It gotta be. Like, it
Yeah.
gotta be. I think that's why they call that nigga that, because that nigga calls chaos in the fucking morning. I'm like, man, this nigga got to know it's 6. Like, he
Yeah,
got to
man.
know it's 6, bro. It's Saturday, nigga. I ain't gotta
He
wake
was
up to tell you.
always that guy though. You know what I'm saying? He was that guy, man. And I was just like, when you said that, I was thinking back to, having that pride issue, having to face up like that. And when you face, then you could put that pride aside if you make it out the conflict.
Well, in that situation, pride kind of played a part, but it's not. I wouldn't put it on the same like level as where we on with Vinton. When y'all was clashing, that was like two alphas. It was pretty much you had to defend yourself. Like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that you was showing weakness. Some people show weakness, but see, you wasn't showing weakness. In fact, you seem like a threat when you're not trying to be. And most niggas in that situation don't even like if you like legit 100 type of person, you ain't even nigga. You just moved in. You know what I'm saying? It's like nigga,
Exactly. That's what
I
I was
just
thinking.
I just
Like,
moved in, nigga. I ain't trying to take
right,
over nothing. I literally had no choice in this. I moved in. My parents stayed down the street. They like I bought the house, nigga. So
right.
and we lived all the
Exactly.
way damn near. It was one house down from the end of the block, the evil bitch. Didn't like nobody
Right.
want. Then
Right. Exactly.
they lived at the very end of the block.
Right.
So it
At
was
the other
like
end.
on the other end of the block. So it's like,
Yeah.
because it was Chaos, it was John Quest, it was Dorcia, you had
Yeah.
Chinky,
All them on that.
Chip,
Chip. Right. All of them on our
nigga
side.
with the Mr.
Yeah. Crenshaw.
Prince. Yeah, that nigga was OG
Yeah.
though.
But Crenshaw's son was the Godfather.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Crenshaw was OG, triple OG. So like, and so in that situation, I don't. That's not necessarily on what I think topic, but it does demonstrate pride on the end of the aspect of chaos because he came in, and that's a no reason thing. But that happens, like that's a normal thing. Like a new kid going, like when you're the new kid at school. Like remember, that's pretty much establishing yourself.
Right. But I
That's
mean,
what that
okay,
is.
even in you saying like, okay, what you just said, and that's completely legit, right? But when we looked at the logistics of like just coming up in that culture, like you were saying, sometimes that culture shapes that. Because I never went and vented anything I felt to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even though I felt like, why in the fuck is this nigga, you know what I'm saying, challenging me? You know what I'm saying? Like, he did cut me sometimes. When that nigga throw a ball at me or something like that, hey, it was we about to squab. But then you have to pick your battles. This is the other thing when it comes to venting, right? Because I could have vented, you know what I'm saying, in anger, right?
But
Went
see,
out,
you said that
retaliated.
earlier.
But you got to think now, this nigga is the set leader.
Yeah, I was gonna say you said that earlier. There's a difference
Right.
between venting and anger.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you said that. So what you would have been doing was acting off anger, not necessarily venting. Vent is expressing how you feel. What you would have
Exactly.
been doing is fighting.
Hmm.
That's
And
a
for what?
that's
You
a
know what I'm
venting.
saying?
Probably would
That
have
was a
died
losing battle.
instantly. Like, you would have died
Right.
instantaneously, nigga. Because that nigga was no joke. I'm just
Hell
that
no.
motherfucker will kill.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
yeah.
allegedly,
Yes. Now
allegedly.
look, I consider myself to be a bad motherfucker, but Chaos
The
was a
chaos was a
bad
trigger. I mean, allegedly,
motherfucker.
chaos was a trigger happy nigga. All right.
Hell yeah.
But he was more so quick on the draw. Okay, chaos
Oh
came from
yeah.
the old drawing days, as it draw
Yeah,
that
man.
gun on your ass. But allegedly,
Right.
yeah, I'm throwing that in. That shit potent. That's gonna come out
Right.
every time. Won't get my niggas, but that's like it's
Yeah.
different. And y'all probably in the midst of it, y'all ended up in a way venting to each other.
Right. Exactly.
So y'all
Exactly.
end up that's venting. What y'all was
Right.
doing before that, that was establishment. That
Right.
happens. I don't know why. But it happens. It's just like when a wolf, like you look, you throw a wolf in that motherfucker, and that when they go from cubs to being wolves, they got to go through a challenge. It's like gladiators. You know, you put them motherfuckers in that ring, like they go, all right, yo.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why it is like that, but when you the new nigga,
Shit, and it's
they trying to smell you out. They're like, yo, we gotta let's
it's like that even in family. Cause okay, me and Mike was not close at first. We used to bump heads all the time, right? And you know, Mike the big dog, I'm the little dog.
it's the establishment. Like you gotta.
Right. Mike came up on me one day, and then shit, I told Mike, nigga, I ain't backing down up off you. And from that time on, me and Mike was the closest motherfuckers ever. We vented everything. We did all our shit
But
together.
that's that. I don't know.
You know
That's
what I'm
just a
saying?
male geno code. I just gonna be real. It's something about you have to establish
Right.
that.
And that's the
So,
truth.
I like for a male, you have to establish. Look, nigga,
Right.
your ground as in yo, I'm cool. I'm gonna
Right.
keep it 100 with you, but nigga, you what you not finna do?
Exactly. Right. But you saying it, D. Okay, so like you just said, and I'm just using different scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Even the situation that had went down with me and Pop. Ain't going no further than that. But that situation brought us closer. But we had to establish, you know what I'm saying, that arena of things. Like, okay, we need to set some ground. And I think that's what every man, like I was saying, that logic setting that ground have to be there first before you could even get to the venting part. You know what I'm saying? Because most
I
of
see
us
that.
don't even trust the motherfucker to vent
But
to.
and that's the thing. But then even after you establish that, like this, that's where we lose it. That's
Right,
me. Even after once you establish ground, from that point on, where you lose the aspect of tapping into the feminine side of the male is now you want to maintain
right,
that
right,
you show them you ain't weak and you want to continue to show them that you ain't weak, even when it might be moments where you need to be vulnerable. You know, I'm like,
right.
nigga, I don't like Trey on Boys in the Hood when it came down to that nigga in the car. He was
Yeah,
ready to rock
yeah,
at
yeah,
first, but he
yeah.
was like, man, I can't do this. Let me out. And Doughboy was like, nah, fuck that at first. But he was telling me,
Right.
hey, do this, bro. And he was like, and then that's when Doughboy didn't lose no respect for him,
No.
but he was just like, let him out.
Yeah. But Doughboy also came back to him the next day after it happened was like, cuz I know why you left. You know what I'm saying? Like when he came to sit on the stairs with him, you know, Doughboy came to him and was like, "Hey man, you know, I understand why. You know, you got out that car. You know, that wasn't some shit you really needed to see." He knew already, you know what I'm saying? Because they was like brothers. They had already established that ground since they was little anyway. It's just that anger was playing so much of a part, you know what I'm saying, that they really wasn't venting. They didn't vent till that next day. The day before, when everything went down, was anger, and that's the difference between being angry, going red, and then venting. Because really,
Okay.
they didn't start venting till that next day.
So I guess it's safe to say that men, most of the time, they choose anger over venting.
I agree with that, 100%. I mean, think about it, D.
And that's true. 'Cause I ain't got to think about it because I got two stories too, motherfucker. One in particular, talking about when you the new nigga on the block. When we first moved to Mississippi, and first time I had to ride the bus,
Yeah,
and them niggas on Busy B was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Shy,
yeah, uh huh,
B, and all the rest of them was fucking with me. Like that very first day, nigga, they wrestled a nigga down. We've been outside wrestling. These niggas 3D'ing me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Luckily, I came from a family of wrestling, so I was used to
right.
that too. And I ended up putting a nigga in the dragon sleeper. That's what they do. I was crazy because I'm trying to break that nigga neck. And that nigga picked me up. And I was like, man, look, these are big country motherfuckers. This
Yeah,
nigga already older than me in my grades. I ain't used to that shit. So I'm like, shit, nigga, what the fuck? I just turned a teenager, nigga. You well established. So
hmm, right, exactly,
you've been that for a while now. You've been a teenager for a minute, nigga. I just got here. We in the same grade. It ain't my fault. So
right.
I mean, this bitch having to damn near break a nigga neck and shit. But then after I did that, on top of, a crazy nigga standing outside with two shotguns the next morning, I was established.
Right.
Yeah, maybe we need not fuck with that nigga on that level, right?
Right.
But
Exactly.
but after that, it was cool. After that, I was the cool nigga. I was kid. Everybody was like, that's Lil Red right there. Eventually, I
Yeah.
became Gump or D. So like, that's the nigga right there. He cool beans.
Right.
Throughout, I had no more problems outside of, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
exes and shit trying to get me. Other than that, like, I had no problem with
Right.
any nigga. Then another incident was with the same nigga with the two shotguns decided to take out his anger on me instead of venting to me. Him and his baby mama over some dumb shit. That I established my ground. Goddamn it, like, well, you back it
Right.
down, motherfucker. Like, yeah, nigga, we the same height, same weight.
Right.
You about to be
I
four and a
take it.
half, 5 years older than me, nigga. But I think I can take you.
I can take
I can
it.
take it. You got every nigga got that moment when he look at his big brother like, you know what? I can take you, nigga. Shit. I think I can take you now, nigga. So let's just see where this goes. God damn it. God damn it. I held my own till we fell, and then I woke up. Right? And life was a blur. Once we hit the ground, I forgot the next 5 minutes. But while we was standing, I was winning. I was motherfucking Rocky 3, Rocky 4. When we hit that ground, I was Apollo. It's an exhibition, damn it! Ooh, shit. I was like, this motherfucker just, if he dies me on this floor. That was the first time I knew the Matrix is real. That nigga rolled over me, boy. You might not, that's why I call him Kung Fu Panda. He used to be out of time. Like Kung Fu Panda because he finally gained that weight. Man, that nigga rolled over my ass when we hit that ground, nigga. And how Neo was when he, no, I you know what? It was more like how Agent was when he started hitting that nigga in the stomach in the train station. It was like, nigga hit me so many times in my damn eye. It felt like, I thought it was a speed bag. That bitch like, I woke up. I was like, whoa, this
Man,
nigga
look,
knocked me out
that's
the
and look, you don't always win them battles because my battle with Pop. My battle was nigga would come on off them stairs and do something. Okay, I ended up in your arms.
and,
With no win. Didi sitting there like,
that
brother,
nigga knocked
yeah,
your
right.
soul out your ass. It was that BET moment. That moment.
Man, look, how do you get from the top of the stairs to the bottom in seconds? I
That nigga
mean,
Goku your ass. He teleported. He put them two fingers on his side. Oh, really, nigga? Pew, pew. He hit you with that come, man. Your ass. Come off the stairs here, man. Nigga, come on. Pew, where you go? Ah!
yeah, man.
Nigga just got behind him. Shit.
But see, that's all. That's like we said, man. We quick to anger, than venting. You know what I'm saying? We go. That's our substitute, and it shouldn't be, but it is, because then the damage is done once you go angry.
The bad thing is that's the untaught, unseen lesson
Mm-hmm.
of every man,
Mm-hmm.
especially every black man. That's
Right.
the untaught, unseen lesson. Because it's not at any point that any brother, older cousin, father, uncle come and tell you like, "Hey, don't tell nobody shit. Just take all that shit in, nigga, and take it like a man and keep going." Not in those words. You just more so. And there are some fucked up people out there who do tell their kids that after they fuck them up. Take it like a man, nigga.
Right.
Like, for the most part, you see it. It's not a written down lesson that you learn. It's a visual lesson that you learn throughout life. It's like, yo, well, that's how they handled it. So
But
that's
you
how I
know
gotta
who
handle it.
you know who did teach us that to me, and I think that's why we all had this gender first. Our baby girls. If you think about it, me, you, Mike, Brandon, Marquise, all of us had girls first. You know what I'm saying? I think, it go back to when we had that other episode when we was talking about what they did to change us from being like, like whores. you know. But they also they shifted our anger because they became the thought. They became
The
the vent.
compass.
Yeah, they became that temperature gauge. You know what I'm saying? So I can't go all the way here because I'm looking at you and you need me. You know what I'm saying? And you a girl. It'd have been different if we all would have had sons first. Because like you said, we teaching that concept of we ain't teaching them, well, you know what, go out there and y'all talk it out. We teaching them now, he hit you, you whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? But with a girl, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
If he hit you, let me know, and I'm gonna kill him.
Right. We become emotional for our little girls. So like to me, they steered that concept of, okay, I just can't get angry, like that. I can't because I got her. Like I know you would agree.
Oh,
You
nigga,
got
it definitely teaches you.
Brandon, all of us to say the same
Man,
thing,
look,
man.
it definitely makes you having a little girl.
Hmm.
Like I've had plenty of practice with young men growing up, raising. Thanks to the guy over there. But
Thank you.
it's like having a little girl really
Yeah.
changes you,
Yes.
like in that way, because immediately, you instantly become vulnerable. You
Right.
can't help it because now your main concern goes from yo, I'm the man, man, man. I gotta be man, man, man too.
Right.
Shit,
I
it's
gotta.
so much that she can get into and that can come her way. And
Right.
you think that way with your sons too, but it's just different because you can train your son the same way that you know how. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The same way
Exactly.
you can go that route and be that tough. Like you could be tougher because you feel like they could take it. And then
Right.
I'm not saying that's necessarily the best way to raise your son, but that's just a natural way to do it. That's just how you naturally come about. But with little girls, it's like everything is so gentle. You want to
Yeah.
be so gentle. You
Everything.
want to be kind. You want to be sweet. You want to be loving. You want to express that. You want them to feel that and know that it can come to you for anything. But at the same time, you get in a way like now, if you have a son, I hate to use this. I don't because I love this term. It's like when you have a son, it's just that one dick you got to worry about. Then you have to worry about every dick on earth. Oh God.
Right. Right.
Oh God. Oh my God. And then what am I gonna do? I can't protect him from the dick treasure chest. It's like what am I gonna do? So you instantly get that worry in you, and that it just changes you. Not
Yeah,
even your
it does,
wife change
man.
you like that.
It
It's like
does.
your wife doesn't change you in that way. She changes you in a way where you want to be more open, more sweet, more caring, but you still have your way of you still ain't able. You ain't that open yet.
Well,
But
I
when you
mean,
have a daughter, shit,
yeah, yeah,
that changes
it's a
everything. Because now
difference.
it ain't like a woman that came into your life and made kind of
Right.
change you. It's like nigga that you pay a part. You
This
play
woman
the other
is
half
right.
creating
Exactly.
this little
Right.
girl. Now it's your job
Right.
to be
Exactly.
all of
This
these
is my
things.
obligation right
Like
here.
with your wife,
Yeah.
you chose to
Right.
be all of those things. With your child, it shouldn't be a choice. And people who make the wrong choice ain't shit. You think
Right.
I hate when parents be like, "Well, you should be happy I did it." No, nigga, that was your job.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
I thank you for being a good parent. I'm appreciative of it, but my nigga, that's what you supposed to have been. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
don't nobody thank you for doing your job. Like in the way, I'm so happy your ass doing your job when that's what I hired you to do. I'm appreciative. Like,
Right.
nigga, I hired you to do your job. You want me to thank you? Like, you want me to be so thankful that you're doing what I hired you to do? It's like, no,
You
nigga,
know,
I appreciate you being a good worker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay you what you worth. But
I
don't
just
come up to me if I tell you doing something wrong. Be like, well, nigga, you should be happy I'm here. Nigga, what? Nigga,
I just
you
thought about something,
you
D.
applied for this job, motherfucker. You should be happy I hired you, motherfucker.
You remember in Major Payne when he was going and little boy came up to hug him and was like, I love you. And then Major Payne had that moment.
Yeah, when
And
he
then that moment stopped quick and he put his little ass over and was
about
like,
to break his neck.
yeah, about to break his damn neck. You plotting on me, boy.
Plot on me, boy, Charlie.
That's how it would have been with a boy, like you said. You know what I'm saying? But with a girl, it's different because, okay, take the woman in his life. She did break that. You know what I'm saying? In him, she did. Like she completely started to soften his ass up to where he started thinking love. You know, he started thinking shit. She even helped him vent because really he didn't vent at all.
You got him to a point,
Yeah, she got him to a point.
as
You
most
know,
women do. Like most women do when they
yeah,
get you, when they who they supposed to be for you, they get you to a point where you change.
yeah,
But even with that, you still not venting to your woman as much when you even when you married, you're not.
yeah,
Why
that's
shit
true.
bubble up? It ain't like that. But with your daughter, like you'll find yourself talking to your daughter when she get of age more about just shit than you do with your wife
Yeah, yeah.
because you just feel like you can't. Because most of the time in a marriage, nigga, that's who you bend over. So it's
You so
like,
stupid.
what you gonna do? Tell the nigga that's getting on your nerves? Look, you're really getting on my nerves right now, and I want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And you can't have those conversations because I have done that. I'm that type of like, look, let's talk about how we getting on each other's nerves. Because look, we got to
Right.
figure out a medium here to stop.
And that's the other thing. You got to, man. You gotta have that medium, you know.
But like that comes with first learning and accepting that you ain't communicating properly. Like there's other
Right.
ways. And
Right.
then if something's bothering you, say it. Like that's my I don't assume shit. That's one of my agreements. I ain't assuming nothing. I don't give a fuck how long I've known you, nigga. What you say you want? Like, nigga, you should know.
Right.
What do you say you want? There's only one thing for sure niggas should know about me by now. Don't give me no cheese unless it's on pizza, and I don't fuck with white women.
You so stupid.
So, like those two for sure. It don't even matter. Like you ain't even gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a party and it's full of cheese shit that ain't pizza, just know I'm gonna eat before I come. And you should accept that. Be like, yo, D, I already know you ate, bro. Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't feel
Right.
like that. So if I got a choice between brown and clear, you should already know where I'm going. It's like, yeah, just give him some brown.
Yeah, just
And
get on
then,
that brown. That's
you
it.
know,
Yep.
so it's like it's certain shit like that. But like, I don't give a fuck how good I know you, nigga. What'd you say? What'd you say? I just want to be clear. So when I get it, ain't no motherfucking issue. I ain't assuming nothing.
Right.
So what are you saying? I am real quick to say, so what do you mean? What you
Right.
say? I
Exactly.
just need to know. So I know where to go, what my next move will be. Like nigga, I'm
Right.
playing chess and checkers. I told y'all it's both chess and checkers. 10 steps ahead, focused on the next step. 10 steps
Right.
ahead, but focused on the next step.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like, man, it's communication issues, pride issues,
Yeah. A lot of
the
that.
unknown, the unwritten rule issue that's passed
Yeah.
down from generation to generation as men. And a lot of people say, well, they should go to therapy, and they can. And for the most part, therapy do help people talk it out
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
get it out, and then they realize that a lot of the shit they doing spawns from a lot of shit that they saw and didn't know affected
True.
them, and then they took on and didn't know they took it on till somebody pointed it out. A lot
But
of people
see,
don't even notice they shit till somebody pointed out that's not around them.
that's the other thing too. Most motherfuckers ain't just going to therapy. That still fall back to you got to get pressed to a certain point before you even go there. Because most men, you
Oh no,
ain't
they
going directly to
most
therapy.
niggas don't go, and when by the time they do go, this shit is broken. Whatever
Right.
it is,
You there when you
that
go
shit
there.
is broken on the
Yeah.
other end,
Yeah.
not even on your end. It's
Yeah.
broken on the other end,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
trying to mend that motherfucker because at the end of the day, when you have to go to therapy, for the most part, you ain't the one noticing it, but everybody else noticing it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, well, let me go because I gotta be the issue. But by that time, by when you finally realize you might be the issue, you done probably fucked up so many relationships prior to that, friend wise,
And
family wise. Man,
yeah.
you done fucked up
Yeah.
so many of them to like
Yeah.
the ones that you got holding on to, you holding on by a thread, and they like, man, you just don't know. And then you get up in that motherfucker, you be like, man, god damn, I ain't never really looked at it like that.
Right.
And but a lot of times that's why it's important that men start telling other men, yo, nigga, that's why, I used to want to do a podcast called Can I Vent? Like where I just wanted
Mm-hmm.
people to come on and vent so they
Mm-hmm.
can get the shit off their chest because keeping that shit in ain't doing you no good. Like
Right.
that's never doing you no good. It don't even make sense in my head. Yo, I'm pissed off, but I'm gonna hold it in. It's like I got a shit, but I'm gonna hold it for 2 days.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? By
Exactly.
the time you let that shit, and I ate Taco Bell and it was hot. So it's
Yeah.
like by the time
Yeah, you mighty constipated, nigga.
nigga about to blow a hole in your ass. I'm talking about nigga fire, flames in my ass. So it's like, why do that when you can just get it? I would rather get it out,
Right,
even if you feel like the other motherfucker ain't listening. I'd rather get it out. I got it out. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Even if they're not,
But
they don't
like,
see it. I was able to get it out and vent about it to you. So you won't be like,
but
well, why
now
didn't you tell me? Nigga, I told you.
it's just like you said, D. I would rather get it out, but we do have to go back to the difference in anger and venting. Like I can get it out in anger, but that ain't the same as getting it out venting.
And
We
that's
still
why
gotta make sure
I
we
got this.
clarify we
I
getting
got
it
this
out
syndrome.
venting
That's why I
because
got this
getting it
syndrome
out
in my head that when I need to get it out anger wise, I go take my walk and we have our business meeting.
right.
Because even in any situation, when it's with your spouse, you probably do need everybody need to take that walk and think it through, then come back and have that conversation. Because anything you say at the point in the moment ain't gonna matter. Y'all both just bumping heads like rams. You need to think about
Look,
it.
it's
And
the law, bro. Anything you say can be used against you.
will be used against you, nigga. It don't
Will
matter.
be
So
used against you, right?
So
You know.
walk that off, work it out, even if it take the next day, work it
right,
out, talk about it. But when it's not your spouse and it's outside shit, you can have that conversation. Come home, man, work was shitty.
right.
It's a whole lot more healthy and to
Yeah,
keep the homeostasis of your household if you come home for work and you express how work was hard as fuck and you're tired and you know and all that and you're talking out with your spouse rather than or opposed to coming home and instead of expressing that you don't say shit but your actions towards
right,
whoever in the house you're taking it out on them. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's saying instead of saying, how hard your day was or how stressful this shit was and things like that, you just come in being a complete dick to everybody in the house. And then your explanation for it was, well, look, man, I was just stressed out from work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, yo, why don't you just come in and talk about that? Because we ain't had nothing to do with what the fuck happened at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been waiting on you to come home. Like a lot of people do that and don't realize that they're doing that. They don't leave the job. Like one of my rules, once I clock out, I clock out. That stays there. That has nothing to do with when I come home. Now I don't get it right 100% of the time, but I do get it right about 90. So it's like if I do slip up and take out some frustration that came from my job or anything at the crib, I apologize immediately. I'll be like, yo, my bad. Look, I'm just frustrated from work. And then I get it out. But see,
But
that
look,
takes time. That's not something that's just gonna click. That's just something that you have to constantly work at and want to work at. So
I mean, but even okay. So, me and my wife had a situation kind of happen like that where I was real frustrated, and she know when I'm, your spouse most time they know when you really frustrated, right? But okay, I wanted to make love to her, but I was super frustrated, right? And she was like, I don't want you to, like, I want you to make love to me, but I don't want you to take your frustration out on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. You know, like that ain't, that's not the same. It's the same as this, like, yeah, come in and vent, but don't come in with anger. Like you said, D, it's a difference in coming home, not saying nothing, and then you lashing out at everybody because your dating been bad. Then actually coming home, sitting down, and talking about it. That goes back to like that finesse and that difference between being completely angry and venting. You know what I'm saying? Like I could vent, but my frustration shouldn't be like angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not I'm not presenting this right. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah,
making, bro.
yeah.
So and at that time it upset me, but then I did take some time to think it over. Like, man, I'm not really upset with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just upset that hell I can't even go here with her because of what's frustrating me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still not getting a chance to vent because my anger is still taking precedent over, you know what I'm saying, where I'm trying to be. And I can't get there. And that's frustrating too as hell when you just don't know what way or how to get yourself in that position to vent. because the anger is holding on to you. It's like a monkey on your back.
Yeah, buddy, I've been there.
You know
So,
what I'm saying?
if you had to give the piece of advice to black men out there when it comes to venting, what would you tell them?
Um, that's such a broad and concept, man. I think for me, it would just be. It goes back to that balance. Know that anger is not the same as actual venting. You know, you got to be able to express that. You can't always be a lion all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to put that to bed and then come in and have that vulnerable moment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like break for yourself. You know, at work, you have to have a break, right? If you work constantly all day, all day, all day, all day, it's not healthy for you. So you need that for yourself. I would say to most men, give yourself that, you know what I'm saying, for you. And it's gonna make you a better person overall. Just giving yourself that time, that energy, something that's just, hey, I need to vent for me. And not because I'm angry, you know what I'm saying, but I need to break. Completely just be broken. I need to break myself. And that's the advice I would give.
I like that. Good advice. If I had to, I give a couple, then we'll wrap it on up. One, I take it back to a couple episodes ago when I said you got to learn to take the moment to differentiate between responding and reacting. Responding means you take a moment to think about it, then come back. Reacting is instantaneously and emotional. So learn to respond and not react. Learn to talk to your spouse. And if you can't have that conversation venting with your spouse yet, learn to talk to your damn self. I don't care how motherfuckers say how crazy it is. I've been talking to myself for a long time. Yeah, I said it.
Right.
And guess what? Everybody who love me and around me don't say
Hey,
shit when they see me do it. They know it's normal for me now. They just be like, oh, he just talking to himself. They get it. They get
good
it.
self talk.
So look, learn to talk to yourself because sometimes if you talk to yourself in your head long enough with the situation, you will come to a door, you gonna open that bitch and self gonna smack your ass if you wrong. Be like, nigga, you tripping.
That's right. That's right.
Like if you're really not on your square, when you get to that point, if you think it out long enough and have that conversation with yourself, you will get to a point if it's not right on the square where you're gonna hit that moment where it's like, yo, I'm tripping.
Right.
So then you'll be able to go whoever fucking with you or if that moment came from, you'll be able to go back to them and be able to talk to them, apologize to them. And then from that moment, you have to apply one of the agreements, which is don't take it personal how they come back at you. Because some people, when you apologize, even when you do that, and it takes a lot to do that, they'll still be spiteful. Understand that's going to come, but you got it off.
Right.
And you just need to learn how to balance yourself. Mainly men, black men, it's okay to connect with the feminine side of your soul. You have to. Like you have at some point, whether it was forced on you, whether it just came about because of children or marriage, at some point in your life, you will connect to
Right.
the feminine side of your soul. And it will make you a better person. You don't always, just because you connect to it doesn't take away from if you feel you're a lion, that king lion or that alpha wolf in you. It don't take away from it. It actually makes you a better leader, a better husband, a better father when you're able to connect to the feminine side because then you're able to understand both perspective. It helps you understand perspective from an emotional standpoint better, and that helps a lot when it comes to understanding the women in your life,
Oh man,
how
most
they respond to things.
right.
So you won't be in the blind almost like, oh, deep purple. I don't get it. I don't
Right.
understand why she's so mad at me. You'll be
Right.
able to discern and be like, oh, okay, I get it. Like she coming from an emotional aspect of it. It'll come back around. It helps you with your patience when you connect to the feminine side of you because then you get it. You know what I'm saying? You're able to understand and like pinpoint emotional reactions opposed to responses from
Right.
anybody. So like
Right.
even if it's a male that come up to you and trying to stress you out, and you be like, oh, that's why you see, he's emotional. My nigga be like, oh, this nigga emotional right now. Like, it become a joke in a way. He be like, oh, nigga, I ain't worried about you. You just emotional right now. You'll come back and chop it up with me. That nigga just emotional. You know, that you get that.
Right.
Those would be my things. Learn the difference between reacting and responding. Connect to your feminine side. Have the conversation with yourself
That's
before you
right.
have it with anybody else that's stressing you out. Have it with yourself. And I don't give a fuck how long it takes you to come to the conclusion. Get to that conclusion before you go with whoever you're going to it with, so you can go calmly. And if you try that and that don't work, get your ass some therapy because look, you need somebody to talk to
Right.
outside
Exactly.
of your circle who ain't gonna bullshit you and make you
Right.
feel like you right.
Right.
You
Right.
damn sure don't want to talk to somebody who gon' bullshit you to try to make it seem like whatever else out there is right and you're wrong. You need a neutral gray area. If you can't be your own gray and step outside your own ego and your own perspective to see it from the world perspective, your perspective, the other person's perspective, you ain't able to do that yet. Get you some help
Yeah.
because
Definitely.
it'll help you in the long run. But
Oh
on
yeah.
that note,
Yo, shots out. We need to send 2 shots out, bro.
okay, do it up.
So the first shot is out to our cuz Big Mike. Happy birthday, baby.
The
You know
old
what
nigga,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta send that shout out to my man.
Woo for life, baby. Woo
Yes,
for
sir. Yes, sir. And the other shot goes out to our new Dream Beats artist. You know what I'm saying? Look, superstar. She and dropped a single, got a promo. Y'all need to check her out. A lot of y'all venting off the title of her song. Her new song, Cigarette. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna play a little bit of that at the end of this too. Y'all check it out. Support, man. It's hot. It's on fire.
it's fire, like
Fire.
Dylan.
Yes.
Oh, another shout out before we wrap this up with the bird salute. Shout out to our cousin Mimi.
Me, yeah. Shout out to me.
She just started her podcast,
That's right.
Village Vibes Only.
Yes.
It's gonna
Gonna
be
be airing on
premiering
Thursday,
on
next
Thursday.
Thursday. Yes,
So
sir.
as soon as that drop, don't worry, I will be promoting that every time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to make things happen, trying to send out positive energy always. And on that note, we
On that
about to
note,
get this old good old Berg salute. As y'all should know by now, it is up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink. Make sure y'all tune in next Friday,
Yes.
6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, same motherfucking channel. It don't change, baby.
Right.
It don't change, baby. We here. We gonna be
Right.
here. We wrapping up the first season, 20 episodes
Yes,
in.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna shoot immediately into season 2, but season 1 gotta come to a wrap, nigga.
Yeah.
Rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's
The
like
rap,
this.
y'all.
We coming. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be better. We're gonna have more guests, and things will change a little bit. You will see the surprises that's coming. But make sure on this video, this channel, that y'all like, subscribe, comment, and share. Tell all your motherfucking friends. You feel me? Keep a
Yes,
smile
sir.
on your face, love in your heart. Be blessed. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Stay dope.
Stay dope.
Shoulda stay or shoulda just leave?